All right, let's do it. Let's do it to it. This one I got to put at a slight angle. Okay, I can tell that I'm hitting the wood behind there and not the edge of the drywall. I'm trying to make the hole just slightly bigger than what the drill bit is, because the drill bit I use is generally just a hair bigger than this one, but I snapped it off once upon a time and I haven't gotten a new drill bit for it. Okay, so now I've got to change bits here and get ready for the next step. Now here's a tip for you. When you use a bit like this in here, you take the key and when you tighten it up on one, just go around and make sure the other ones are tight, because son of a gun, one generally doesn't do it. You go around and you get a little tighter. You go over here and you get a little tighter. So that'll keep this from getting loose, okay? All right. Yeah, this light is not the greatest, is it? I apologize for that, but I think you're still going to get benefit of watching this. That's the best I can do this time, and I am going to be getting a new video camera. Okay, so now I'm taking my 2-inch screws and screwing them in there, and I'm going to try to get this flush, if not stuck in a little bit extra. And now I'm going to back it off and go in there again. What's going on? You know what? I think the reverse just went out on me. Son of a gun, is that real? Are you kidding? That bottom one, I can't believe that. I think the reverse just took a dump, and it's still loose at the bottom. I can't believe that. So I'm gonna have to take that out. It's just spinning. And I think what's happened, it looks like it's going straight in there, that I didn't hold the angle of the screw over, and it's actually not hitting the hole that I actually pre-drilled in there from beginning. Okay, so now I'm going to try to take the same screw and hold it at a little bit more. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. I wasn't paying attention. I put that right in the screw hole from where the hinge goes in. I didn't do the bottom screw. I did the same thing. I still didn't get it over far enough. You're probably not going to see this, but I've got to angle this, and because the door's right there, I got to really angle that a lot. I got to do that in a minute because it's going in the same hole. Okay, so I made a new hole just up above where I didn't really want to, because I thought this bottom one I could get the drill at the right angle, but because I wasn't paying attention, I didn't get it in there. I was trying not to hit the edge of here, and it's hitting the edge of the 2x4 and splitting off the edge. I could tell, so I moved the hole up just a hair. Okay, now I can run it straight in, right? And you know, if you really need to get down here at an angle, you'd have to take the door off all the way, and then you could do it just fine. But we're not going to do that just yet. One step at a time here for my repair. And that's gonna be plenty tight, but man, that just ticks me off that this drill doesn't have a reverse now. And it just happened. That thing is probably older than I am, this Makita. I know, it's probably 40 years old. This Makita's probably 40 years old. It just bit the dust. I mean, I could get a new switch and then take it all apart, rewire it and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. But you can see I indentated the screw right into the wood, and now I see I can flop this back and put the screws back in. And for the sake of argument, I think for right now, I'm just going to reuse the same screws. Okay, the same 4 screws, just to get it tight, and then we'll be able to check it out. We'll be able to check out to see if we fix the sag, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna get up there and see. I need to get that back in, and because I slightly have a wedge on there, I just have to push that on there, and now it's exactly where it needs to be, right? All because I put that 2x4 under there. If I hadn't, I'd be hard pressed to hold that up there and screw it in exactly where it needs to be, right? Okay, so these little screws up here are going to hold it at least tight for me to see if the sag has gone away. I feel pretty good about that happening. Now this bottom one, there's no way it's going to be tight because I put the other screw in there, and that one's probably going to spin. Yeah, it's spinning. I'm going to make those snug, and I could probably just put this in. I still have the battery charging on that other drill. This'll make sure it stays snug, right? For now. Okay. And I'm not going to turn the camera off just yet. You and I are going to check this out together once I get this 2x4 out of here. Let's see how we're going to do that. And I'm going to have to leave this around. That's all I did. I'm going to have to use that again to shim that hinge out. It almost seems counterproductive to put a screw in there like that, and then I have to shim the hinge out too. follow me along. First, what we're first doing here is fixing the door sag. Okay, you're gonna see what I see for the first time. Now you see, doesn't look like I did anything to that location, right? You know, I got a long screw in there right there, and a long screw right there, and that's kind of pooched this door jamb in, which is going to push that hinge to the right. When you do that, you look at this as a box, and it's pushing like that, so my top left is going to raise, right? And the bottom left is going to raise. And we're going to hope that it raised enough. That's what we're going to hope. We're going to hope that anyways. And son of a gun, I don't really think it did. But I know I can't push that over that way any further, because I've got those screws really pushed into the door jamb. But I could see at the top, the gap there, see, that's about the same. If it's down just a hair too far, I wanted to see that up a little bit higher. You remember? And it almost seems like that one screw hardly did anything. And the reason why I know that is because this door looks about to be in the same location. I'm gonna look at the bottom. I don't think it really raised it much at this bottom edge. Right down here. I mean, right down here, I can tell it raised it ever so slightly, but not enough. Okay. Now, why didn't it go up? Well, not all doors you're going to be able to suck that door jamb over. Maybe the shims that are in there are right here pushed in, right here pushed in, and maybe they were so snug that it's not allowing this portion of the jamb to suck in. Sometimes they have the shim here, sometimes they might have it up here, and there might be enough wiggle room here to kind of push and suck in the bottom, or push and suck in the top a little bit more. Or maybe the shims are in there behind here on other doors, and maybe there's a little bit of a slop. Maybe they're not so tight that you can't really suck the jamb over into the shim a little bit more. Does that all make sense? And for all those reasons, and I still got that gap, see? So I know I could push this over that much further, okay? And I gotta do that first, don't I? Before I tilt these hinges out to fix this gap. This gap all the way along the door is the same. See how big that is? I first gotta fix this before I can fix this. I've never really had to work on a door like this before, where it has, because usually a sagging door, you'll see that this edge right here is rubbing or hitting the top edge of this door jamb, rubbing on it, already marked it up, or so close that I know it's going to rub on it, so I want to fix it before I paint doors or something like that, for instance. Usually you don't have a sagging door and a big old, you know, 1/2 inch, 3/8 to 7/16 gap here, as well as a sagging door. This one's a little bit more interesting. So I know I can't really, this one, to suck it over that way, it's really not going to do anything, because this one is going to prevent this one from working. If it needed to be moved over and I knew this one was working, I could work on this one, do the same thing I just did, and put some screws in there and kind of suck that over to a certain extent, and maybe that would help this, if that makes sense. But I don't think I want to do that. I've got a little bit of a gap down at the bottom, and then it increases right here, and then it increases just a hair more. Okay, so if anything, when I take this door down, my next step is taking the door down. I could tweak. I'm going to tweak the hinge knuckles. And I look on the door, is the top one, the middle one, and the bottom one. Okay, you got to look close. And I'm going to tweak that over, this one, and then I'm barely going to do the same thing with this middle hinge. I'm not going to do anything with the bottom hinge. I'm going to do that all with a crescent wrench. I'm going to have to find a crescent wrench. I'm pretty sure I got one here in my tools, or my auntie, she might have some in the garage somewhere. So that's my next step, is bending those knuckles, because I know that I can't move the jamb. Okay, I'm gonna bend the knuckles. In order to bend the knuckles, what I do is I take the door down. So I'm gonna have to pop the hinge pins out, take the door down. So that's my next step.